welcome to Res Rec Arena on the campus of North Central College. Today's Midwest Collegiate Volleyball League match features the Mount St. Joseph University Lions and your North Central College Cardinals. Before we begin today's match, we ask that everyone please rise and face the flag in the center of the arena as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Introducing today's starting lineups. First for the Lions. Number 1, Nick Melbardis. Number 8, Nate Schatzman. Number 9, Jack Spahn. Number 10, Ben Holt. Number 13, Ray Sanchez. Number 15, Daryl Swanson. Number 18, Jason Asher. Mount St. Joseph is coached by Christina Webb. She's assisted by Michael Schlomer. And now the starting lineup for your North Central College Cardinals. Number 1, Michael Trunzo. Number 2, Jacob Zemba. Number 4, Samuel Karish. Number 7, Bozidar Kolev. Number 11, Anthony Kluzak. Number 18, Justin Curtis. Number 24, Nick Lilly. North Central is coached by Kyle Exline. He's assisted by Dan Ames, Jay Crick, and Tim Huizinga.
Welcome into Res Rec on the campus of North Central College for today's matchup in a conference duel. North Central taking on Mount St. Joseph, and a reversal of fortune for the Lions from Mount St. Joseph. They've been a powerhouse for the last few years, and this year, bit of a down season. 4-11 as the Cardinals come in 11-7. As these two teams prepare to battle this afternoon here inside Res Rec. Cardinals winning their opening conference matchup last night, taking down Trine in a 3-set sweep as they aim for a similar result here today against the Lions. Welcome into the broadcast at NCTV 17. I'm Kevin Jackman. Of course, this matchup moved to Res Rec, which is not where it normally takes place, in the hardwood put down, because North Central happens to be hosting the NCAA Division III basketball tournament and a couple of first-round games. North Central able to win last night, taking down Chatham. And after Loris took down Albion, North Central and Loris will match up tonight inside Gregory Arena for the right to advance to the third round of the tournament. We'll have that broadcast at 7 o'clock. But on hand right now, North Central and Mount St. Joseph in men's volleyball. Cardinals come in ranked 9th in the nation. And one of the stronger teams according to the coaches polled. Anthony Kluzak will get us going from the service line. And that was in the court of play, and the Cardinals are off and running with an ace. Able to nip that back line. Take two. Luzak comes out, and now the first service comes for Mount St. Joseph, and it will be delivered by Jason Hasher. Kulov. That's dug out in the back row, and now the opposite attack is put on the Cardinals. Here's Jacob Zemba. Might have been ticketed for out of play, but play resumes. Second crack at it, and this time it's good. Zemba with the kill, and it's 2-1 NCC. There's a kill attempt, and the point awarded to the Cardinals. Three to 1 Cardinals, and the service coming here from Michael Trenzo, the setter. And he buries it into the twine, and it's a 3-2 game. Cardinals come in with a extremely veteran-laden team. Also very deep. In fact, several contributors over the last few years not even in the rotation because of incoming talent and emerging stars. As Kulov hammers one home. That's a 4-2 lead. Kulov, one of the more devastating hitters you'll see in the Midwest Volleyball, or make that Midwest Collegiate Volleyball League. See that on the service line as well. He owns a team lead 23 aces this year. Nearly picked up a kill there. And the Cardinals get the point anyways. Opening set here inside Res Rec. Cardinals lead 5-2. Kulov takes aim. Blocked, but trickles through. Curtis and Lilly. And Mount St. Joseph back on the board. The Lions and the Cardinals share a common loss in the last few weeks. A couple of free balls sent over, and taking advantage of that one for the Lions is Spahn. Both teams losing to Carthage recently in a 3-set sweep. The Redmen, one of the strongest teams, not just in the conference, but in the nation. Poked over and perfectly placed by Lilly. A vacant spot, and the Cardinals take a 6-4 advantage. Although keep in mind that this Cardinal team took down Carthage last year in the regular season to move through the conference year 9-0. And their only loss in conference, or to a conference opponent, I should say, was in the conference tournament to Loras in a first-round upset in a 5-set thriller. And that one just barely pulled out of play by Hasher. Cardinals pick up another point. Now 7-4. Serving is Kevin Braceros. And that's an ace. Braceros has the Cardinals doubling up Mount St. Joseph's, and a timeout taken. Lions want to mull it over. We'll step aside. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. Following the timeout, it's North Central with the service. Braceros back on the line. And he buries it into the twine. Good crowd on hand, despite the venue change. As Joes gets back on the board, it's an 8-5 contest here in the first set. Lilly sets now to Zemba, and he's rejected, but that's sent out of play. The block a little too aggressive for Daryl Swanson. He's there. Almost got it. Zemba floats one over, has the line scrambling. A nice dig out by the libero Melbardis. And that leads to a point. And that one's going to be just off the end line. So a service error. So now the serve comes from Nick Lilly. 18 aces on the season. Cannot pick one up here. That one sails out of play. And the Cardinals the first to 10 points. Lilly just barely out of play. Missed by a foot. Serving Jake Spahn. Sent high into the air. Trunzo sets it near side. Kolov blocked and out of play it goes. Despite being one of the best teams in the conference, the Cardinals don't have a single leader in the top 5 of all the stat categories. So it's a complete team effort so far, as Curtis with the kill attempt from the middle position. And the scrambling has the Cardinals taking another point. Now 12-7. Make that 13-7, excuse me. And another timeout taken. We'll take one, too. Back in a minute on NCTV 17. Cardinals with the advantage, 13-7 midway through this opening set. And Kevin Messer will step in and serve this one away. Off the top of the net. Here's a kill attempt on the far side, blocked by the Cardinals. And Trunzo getting in on the act. And it's Mount St. Joseph's with the point. So now Hasher back at the service line, ready to get this one underway. He was responsible for getting this first set going. Zemba off the top of the net, perfectly placed, and the Cardinals collect. Zemba off to a strong start today. As Trunzo focuses in, sends a tumbler over. A back set and sent right into the twine by Ben Holt, the middle blocker. A 6'7" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. A miscue there, and it's 15-8. And a substitution will take place. Into the game will be Hayden Wood in exchange for Nate Schatzman. Trunzo to serve again. Similar spot, sent high into the air, and a quick setup. Nice dig out by Sam Karish. Zemba sends it over. And a quick little knock across, trying to get the Cardinals out of system, and that eventually does in fact work. Mentioned Sam Karish in that last sequence, and he has been recognized this season as the top defensive player of the week to start February for the North Central Cardinals, recognized by the conference. From the back row, Lilly gets blocked in the middle by Holt. And Joe's on a bit of a run here. Serving is Wood, a southpaw, gets it across. Kulov cues it up, and off the side of the hand and out of play. We might see a timeout shortly from North Central with a quick 3-0 run taking place by the Lions. We'll see what happens and transpires on this particular point. Kulov pops it up, Trunzo sends it across. Zemba may have had that one ticketed for out of play, but it is saved. And a carry called by the head official on the Lions. Kulov serving. That one is going to be well out of play. And an ace for Kulov makes it 17-11. That one is too deep for Kulov and out of play. A service error following the service ace. Zemba hammers one home. Again, the lefty off to a very good start in this opening set, as the Cardinals have raced out and currently sit in control of this first set. Zemba with 4 kills very clearly leads the way for NCC. Now Kevin Braceros, brother of Jake Braceros, serving. And there's a miscue, and that'll come back to haunt the Cardinals. Could have been called a lift there as they went through the wickets. But the Lions won't protest too much, considering the fact that they did wind up at the point. Nice move by Trunzo to keep that in play. Apparently that was retroactively called a miscue by the officiating staff. Explanation given to head coach Kyle Lexline of the Cardinals. Serve comes in there from Ray Sanchez, and he will continue to serve with the hit from Kluzak reaching the blue painted area. It's now 18-15. Sanchez take 2. Near side, and that one, nice dig by Sanchez, but sent into the net by the libero, Nick Melbardis. It's 1915 NCC. Jason Esslinger into the game for the first time. The lefty sends one across as the server. That one just barely tipped over. Trunzo back to Esslinger. Punched straight up in the air by Sanchez, and now a free ball to be sent across. And that one's off the sideline and out of play. The Cardinals now own 20 points in this opening set. Esslinger, the service air. Esslinger, a California native, will check back out of the game. Cardinals had a few academic seniors last year, no eligibility-wise seniors. This year, that's not the case, with the program being 4 years old. Middle strike there for Anthony Kluzak, who has been with this program from day one. Nice block there from Trunzo, sent across, scrambling away. That one's Karish across the net. Trunzo wins the battle at the twine. And the Cardinals take the point. It's 21-16. Jacob Zemba, a senior. So is Bozhidar Kolov, Anthony Kluzak, Kevin Messer, Mike Mitchell, Andy Kubinski, and Josh Bolinau. And another error on the Joe's part, and it's now 22-16. Lilly just hammers one as a line drive into center field. Works in baseball, not necessarily in volleyball. There's a bender that gets sent in. Kolov able to nip the near side corner. 23-17. Cardinals narrowing in on a first set victory. Here comes Kevin Messer from the service line, sends one in. Blocked but out of play, so the kill goes to Hasher. 23-18. Battle at the net, Trunzo wins it again. And the follow-up hammered by Holt, but towards the fans. And the Cardinals with a set point here. Trunzo. Holt coming across, and that'll nail him with a kill. Keeps this one alive for the moment. And now Wood. Ooh, but a timeout taken first. So before we settle this first set, we'll step aside. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. 24-19 first set. Cardinals knocking on the door of a 1-0 lead here against Mount St. Joseph, but the Lions trying to fend off the Cardinals, except, well, that's going to be over in short order with the kill coming from the middle. And Curtis able to end that first match. So Justin Curtis gives the Cardinals a first set victory, 25-19. We'll step aside a 3-minute timeout. And when we come back, the Cardinals try to go up 2-0 here inside Res Rec. You're watching Cardinal Volleyball on NCTV 17 and on NCTV17.com. Here comes set two from Res Rec. Welcome back to NCTV 17. Kevin Jackman here with you for this MCVL matchup. Second of the season for both teams. Cardinals taking the first set 25-19. And the opening point of the second set belongs to North Central. They came out firing and with only a few dips in production really secured that game in short order in the first set. Now Michael Trunzo will serve it away. Near side as Hasher sends down the kill. Karish was there, but had it one hop him. Ties the game up at 1 apiece. Back set, Kulov, and that one's just out of play. Cardinals trailed 2-1. Taking a look at the stats so far, and Jacob Zemba leading the way for NCC, although he's blocked right there by Hasher. And it's a 3-1 lead for Mount St. Joseph. Service coming in from Daryl Swanson, and that's out of play. So Zemba with 5 kills, Bojidar Kulov with 3, Curtis and Lilly with 2 apiece, and Trunzo owns 1. For Mount St. Joseph, Hasher with 4, Holt and Spawn with 2 apiece, and that's it. 3-2, Cardinals trail. That one is sent sky high. Blocked by Zemba and Curtis, but angled out of play. That's now 4-2. Early on, second set, Cardinals taking the first by a 25-19 margin. Has that 1-0 lead. Good turnout here on hand for this conference showdown. Again, just as a reminder, not typically in Res Rec for these matchups. As Zemba secures his 6th kill of the afternoon. Gets the Cardinals back to within 1. The only reason that this game is taking place here inside Res Rec was the Cardinals men's basketball team is hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA Division III tournament. 2 games last night forced it into here, and then today with the court already set up. Keeping the festivities rolling here inside the gorgeous Res Rec Center. That one just barely out of play. Ooh, or was it? It was apparently tipped by NCC. And they award the point to the Lions. Cardinals didn't necessarily agree with that particular call. Lilly sends that one across, make that Kulov. The back row, Swanson, and that one pinballs around and gets the libero Melbertus right in the noggin. Cardinals once again scrapping to within 1 early on, second set. Zemba, the server, cues one in. And Zemba keeps it alive from on his back on the ground. Hasher in. We're going to say that one was in the court of play. So despite the heroics from Zemba to crawl his way to a dig, it cannot salvage the point as a whole. Service in from Ray Sanchez as he digs it out in the back row. Battle for it at the net between Kluzak and his counterpart and Ben Holt, and it's Kluzak with the win, mano-a-mano. And we're just going back and forth right now. 1 point apiece. As Lilly buries it into the twine. The service error. Haven't been a lot of those so far. Holt sends it in. Near the net. Kulov pounds it off the top of the twine. Now Swanson sends a sidewinder that does not reach the red court. And we have alternated points now since the match, make that the set, was 2-1. Messer tips it off the top of the net on the serve. Nice salvage for the Cardinals. And now Trunzo sends a short free ball over. Cardinals with the block. Curtis sends it down. And finally, we break that streak of going back and forth and back and forth. The Cardinals draw even at 7 apiece. Messer again, this time sends a laser to the back row. That's a beautiful dig there from Zemba. Near side Swanson has to back up to get that one over. Now Zemba from the back row. And play continues. That one sent extremely far. Miscommunication is Kolev. Sends it in the court of play. Ends a wild point, and the Cardinals now in a 3-0 run to claim the lead at 8-7. Messer leading the charge from the service line, and that just barely gets out of play. Back to a tied ball game. Karish, Trunzo, Curtis. Nice layout there and a save on the Lions side. Josh Cable, but Cardinals still get the point. Now Trunzo, the junior setter from Valencia, California, to serve. Karish, the de facto setter in this situation. Swanson blocked by Kolev and Curtis. Now near side, popped up in the air. Trunzo and Karish will set a second time. Kolev puts it away, and it's a 10-8 lead for the Cardinals. Kolev coming on strong, 5 kills now. And a timeout taken by Mount St. Joseph. We'll take one too. We'll be back with the Cardinals leading 10-8 midway through the second set. They already lead 1-0. Cardinals feeling good midway through set number 2, leading 10-8. Trunzo serving, and that one was definitely headed out of play. And now a mad scramble to get this one back towards play. Curtis hits, but almost acts as like a changeup. Another point for the Cardinals. Curtis has been very good in the middle. It's now 3 kills. Also a couple of blocks. 11-8 NCC. Swanson leaning back and rocking one across. And now Zemba doing the same, but this time a little long for the lefty. Beautiful strike there from Kolov, delivered by Trunzo. And a very difficult sequence to defend when they work in tandem like that. Kolov sends that one into the net. And that's the 50-50 game you play when you serve as fiercely as he does on a serve-to-serve basis. 12-10 now. Cardinals still with the lead. Dugout. Lilly, cross court, gets the corner. 13-10. And now Kevin Braceros will serve. Sets his sights, sends a spinner across. Popped up by Kluzak. Trunzo sets it near side, Zemba. Cardinals still with possession. And that one promptly ended by Hasher. Midway through the second set. Hasher serves, gets to the top of the net, and Karish unable to get there. Was setting up camp and it just barely brushed the top of the net, and that killed momentum. Not this time. Trunzo, and a set across by Lilly. Good awareness on his part. And Swanson for the back row ties this second set up at 13 apiece. Hasher to serve again. Again, tips the net on its way by. For the back row, Kolov. Gets it a second time. Trunzo sets it over to Zemba. And that one will carry him out of play, and the Cardinals reclaim that lead, 14-13. Zemba waits for the signal, and he gets there. Knuckleball sent across. And that one was probably going to be out of play, but saved by the Lions. Tipped over, Lilly. Now a back row kill attempt for Zemba. A lot of play near the net. Lilly. My, oh my, what a weird sequence here. Finally blocked by Holt and ricochets off Lilly, tying this one at 14 apiece. Sanchez sends it in. Kolov to Zemba. Zemba lines one out of play. But was it tipped? They called that in, and I'm not quite sure I agree with that call. (15-14) North Central. Barely gets over. Holt from the near side, blocked by the Cardinals' Anthony Kluzak. And a 16-14 lead. Lilly settles himself, and here he comes on the serve attempt. Kluzak gets it across. Back set, Hasher for the back row. Lilly digs. That's popped off the hands of Swanson. Hasher again. And this time unable to pass that up to the front row. Braceros make that Zemba leading out, diving out and unable to get that. Kluzak out of play. 16-16 now, second set. That one out of play. Was it tipped? It was not. And for the first time since early on, it's now Mount St. Joseph with the advantage, 17-16. Lions coming in 4 and 11, and there's an ace. 18-16, the lead for the Lions. Trunzo, Kulov, and that's out again, 19-16. Cardinals are out of system and they'll need a timeout. We'll take one too. We'll be right back on NCTV 17 and on nctv17.com. Welcome back. Cardinals trail by 3 all of a sudden. A quick 5-0 spurt as Swanson makes it 6-0. Lions with all the momentum here as we close out the second set. Cardinals again winning that first one 25-19, and another timeout taken by Kyle Exline. So we'll step aside for a second time in as many points, and we'll be right back. Holt with the serve, a 6-0 run by the Lions. Have them up by 4. And there's a great play coming out of the timeout, but the Lions able to keep this one alive. Far side, Kulov blocks it out of play that goes. 21-16. And a substitution comes in. Nico Callis in for Trunzo. (21-16). Holt still serving. Callis goes right back to Lilly, directions it. Nice scramble for Zemba. Middle strike for Kluzak, and Lions right now with everything going their way. Up by 6 now. And Trunzo will come back in for Callis. Zemba, a little floater across. Swanson tips it over. Kluzak punches it. Who's that point belong to? They're going to say that's the Lions. Head coach Kyle Exline not exactly too pleased with that call. His team trails by 7, although finally Holt will be knocked off the service line thanks to a service error. So the Cardinals have 2 points to work with. That's not going to help. Messer misses the corner as he went for the ace and comes up empty. 24-17 now. The Cardinals on the verge of being tied 1-1 with the Lions. Free ball sent over. And they're going to say that went around the pole, but that did ricochet on the inside of that pole, so might have been a missed call there. Play should have continued. Swanson disputing that call. Cardinals down by 6. Trunzo at the line to serve this one away. Barely gets it across. Back set Swanson. Swanson does not get that in. Cardinals stay alive for the moment. They'll need a very long, sustained, extended run to get back into this one. Swanson digs. Near side, Hasher blocked, and that goes straight back down to the Cardinals side, and the second set is over. Mount St. Joseph claims the second set, 25-19, identical score to the first, except opposite victor. So we'll go to a third, tied at 1. We'll be back on NCTV 17. After splitting the first 2 sets, it's the Cardinals and the Lions headed to a third. And Mount St. Joseph seems to have the Cardinals' number since midway through the second set. Sub comes in for the Cardinals. Zemba out, Esslinger in. As Hasher readies himself to serve. Lofts one across. Curtis taking his frustrations out on that volleyball. Polov misses the serve. Seems none too pleased with the misfire. Sanchez on the serve. Near side, Lilly bounces it in there. The Cardinals tie this one up at 2. Now Kluzak into the game. Curtis to the bench. Kevin Braceros serving. It's a difficult one to try and control. Nice job saving it for the Cardinals. Trunzo back in the court of play. Cannot get to that one. Mount St. Joseph playing at a higher level right now than they certainly did in the first set. Cardinals took the first 25-19. Lions took the second 25-19. Holt hits the twine, and he was the one that was on the service line when they went on that extended run in the second set to take control. No such streak here. We'll get a breather. Esslinger serving, and hot potato. Popped up by the libero Melbardis. Swanson, with the feathery touch, gets it over to tie this one at 4. Cable with the serve, and now he'll set it up to the front row, and Swanson. And the point belongs to Mount St. Joseph, with Swanson tiptoeing the line. Nearly ran into the net, but some great body control to not have the net violation. One that Cable might want back. A little out of sorts, if you will. He laughs it off. Lilly off the forearms of the libero Melbardis and out of play. Cardinals seem to want to try and seize on that momentum. The bench is certainly creating some raucous noise. Lilly again, top of the net. Trunzo trying to do it himself. Swanson off the side of the hand, saved. And beautiful move there from Trunzo, sending it down the net. Service there for Lilly. 7-6 now. North Central leads over Mount St. Joseph and Swanson at the service line. Esslinger blocked. And a apparent lift on the Cardinals. Ties this game at 7 apiece. That one's out of play. Or was it in play? It's going to be a Cardinal ball. And a misfire from Kluzak. Again, that's this one at 8. Coming in, Derek DeMason. First time we've said his name today. As Curtis got some elevation, but crushes it into the net. And another lead now for Mount St. Joseph. DeMason again. Long and out of play. 9-9. Cardinals have been one of the top-ranked teams since the very early portion of the season, especially after beating then number 9 University of California, Santa Cruz. Thought that one was in, but they rule it out. 10-9 Mount St. Joseph. Cardinals have beaten some of the top teams in the nation. Number 6 New York University at the time. Trunzo sends it back to his play. Curtis across. Also beaten number 12 California Lutheran. Number 4 Keene. Number 15 University of California, Santa Cruz for a second time. But have also lost to some of the top-ranked teams like Dominican and Benedictine and Carthage. Nice save. Trunzo back sets Esslinger. Blocked, but ricochets around, and the Cardinals take the lead again at 11-10. Blocked and in the quarter of play. Cardinals, the beautiful wall put up there by Curtis, and I believe Lilly was in there as well. Cardinal bench celebrates. Kolov on the serve, gets it across, so this one might be an ace. And it most certainly is. Cardinals now lead 13-10, and a timeout taken by Mount St. Joseph. We'll take one too. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. Cardinals with the momentum here midway through set number 3. And it'll tap her over. Cardinals right there to respond. Lily with a awkward-looking kill attempt. Blocked, and that one's deflected by the Lions and out of play. (14-10), Cardinals with the lead. Kolov smokes one in. Here's a set to the front of the net, and Hasher just pushes it into the netting. Now 15-10. And another timeout taken by Mount St. Joseph. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. Cardinals scorching hot all of a sudden, leading by 5. Bojidar Kolov behind the service line. He's been steady. Served up, Sanchez gets it across. Curtis just barely gets a fingertip on it. And that one's out of play again, 16-10. Cardinals on a nice 7-0 run. Kolov, who's usually a cannon behind that line. It'll be interesting to see if he continues to try and pound it in there. In this instance, he does. Nice dig from the back row. Esslinger. Now Hasher from behind the 10-foot line. Esslinger with the kill. Cardinals red hot. Seems like this has been a match of momentum. And that one twists towards the Mount St. Joseph bench and out of play. 17-11. Finally, that streak comes to an end. Kolov doing some serious work from behind that service line. Now Sanchez to Kolov. Trunzo, Esslinger off the left hip of Hasher. Now he'll send over the free ball. Trunzo beautifully timed, and however, the block from Holt will give the Lions the point. 17-12 now. Sanchez lollipops one in. For the back row, Kolov, and it was tipped. (18-12). Sam Karish checks out. Kevin Braceros to the line to try and serve the Cardinals closer to a third set win. Far side Swanson. That one rocketed out of play. After a disappointing second set, the Cardinals have bounced back here. They lead by, make that 20 to 12, not 19 to 12. Braceros calms himself and now unleashes a furious serve. Holt with the kill, but apparently that was not touched by the Cardinals. And it did, in fact, go out of play, so the Cardinals get another point. Yeah, it looks like the scoreboard was, in fact, a point too far ahead. So, not to say I told you so, but it was, in fact, 19-12 at the time. So now it is 20 to 12, and Swanson's slipping on the turf, or the makeshift court, comes up a little limp. He's wearing a big brace on one of his legs. Hopefully he's all right, but that is in fact an ace for Braceros. Braceros serving again. Trunzo, Kulov blocked. Blocked again, and that is in. (21-13), and Curtis comes out. Kulov in, Karish also in. Make that Kluzak. Kulov's been in the entire time. And now Holt serving. Esslinger, free ball over. Take two. Kluzak on the perfect timing and the feed from Trunzo. Now Esslinger serving. Popped up near the net. Lilly directioned it perfectly. Cardinals now lead by 10 and appear destined to take a third set victory to take a 2-1 lead. Esslinger once again. Except this time off the side of the hand and into the net. (23-14). That one's out of play towards our cameraman. Second straight point for Mount St. Joseph. Now serving is Cable. Blocked by the Cardinals. Kluzak and Trunzo to within one of going up 2-1. Off the pole and out of play for Nick Lilly. And now Swanson will lift off the bench and he'll head back into the contest. 24-16. Swanson to serve. Kulov blocked Esslinger right there to recover it. And he'll try and finish it off, but dug out by Melbardis. Swanson in the back row. Trunzo, Lilly back row, tipped And the third set has come to an end. Cardinals take it by 25-16 score, and we'll go to a third. We'll go to a fourth. We'll be right back on NCTV 17 as the Cardinals look to put it away. Welcome back for set number 4, and Hasher's ready to go. He heard the whistle and almost immediately served it. Zemba with the kill attempt. He leads the way with alongside Bozhidar Kulov with 8. Digs this one out. Trunzo, far side Kulov. And Swanson make that. Sanchez cannot find the court of play. And we are officially underway here in the 4th. North Central claiming the first point. And now Trunzo to serve. Zips it in. A back set and unable to try and stay up in the air long enough is Zemba. It's a 1-1 score here in the 4th. Cardinals winning the first one 25-19. Then Mount St. Joseph claiming the second 25-19. The Cardinals then bounce back after a dry spell to end that second set by winning the third 25-16. And Curtis getting another one right here to put his team up by 1. Cardinals coming in with a perfect 1-0 record in conference play. That came last night against Trine. A 3-set sweep. Kulov serving here, and a rocket sent towards the Lions. Swanson off the side of the hand and into the net. Cardinals went 9-0 in MCVL play last year. A remarkable feat considering the fact that Mount St. Joseph was very good, and they also had Carthage to contend with. There's an ace for Bozhidar Kulov. His 24th of the season. Four to 1 the lead for North Central. Another magnificent serve there for Kulov. And a misplay for Sanchez gives the Cardinals a 5-1 lead coming right out of the gate. And a timeout taken by Mount St. Joseph. An early trigger pulled by head coach Christina Webb, and we'll talk this one over. We'll be back on NCTV 17. Cardinals coming out on fire here in set number 4. Bozhidar Kulov at the service line. And finally, Holt will get them off the schneid. Now 5-2. Holt has played very well for Mount St. Joseph here so far this afternoon. Dug out by Kulov. And Curtis with the kill. Hasher with a team-high 8 kills for the Lions. Holt with 5. So the Cardinals go up by a 6-2 mark. And now Kevin Braceros at the service line. That'll be an ace. Braceros, a sophomore from Des Plaines, contributing as a server in today's contest. Lofted in. Hasher able to get the kill, and it's now 7-3. Take that back. That was not a point for Mount St. Joseph. Instead, it's the Cardinals with an 8-2 advantage. Ooh, just barely out of play. Just a little long. Now 8-3. Trunzo to Zemba, right in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. Zemba directions it to the far side. Now Sanchez rises and fires. There's a kill for Kluzak. Cardinals coming out on fire, up 10-3 here in the fourth. Zemba, just a little bit too much touch on that one. (10-4) now. Inside Res Rec on the campus of North Central College. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Second conference game for the Cardinals in less than 24 hours, and they both take place here instead of their usual Gregory Arena spot. At the hands of the blockers for Kluzak, and Lilly got a piece of the net. Actually went over the net. We're in here today because North Central picked as the host site for the first two rounds of the NCAA Division III basketball tournament. North Central winning last night against Chatham. So they advance to play Loris tonight at 7 o'clock. And of course, we'll have that broadcast right here on NCTV 17 as Kluzak smokes that one out of play. He was queued up on a tee. Might want that one back. North Central entering this matchup 11-7. They're 1-0 in conference. They're ranked 9th in the country. This after 3 years of kind of climbing uphill as Lilly sends that one long. Suddenly, Mount St. Joseph has battled back to within 4 after trailing by as many as 7. Kolov blocked at the net. That slows it up enough for the Lions to recover. Sanchez then buries it into the net. Nico Callis will now serve. Near side Holt. Trunzo backset Zemba from the back row. Dug out now. Lions having to combat a couple of kill attempts. Hasher a second time, blocked by Kolov and Curtis. 13-7, midway through the fourth. So Callis will serve again. Off the wrists of Zemba, and out of play that went. Off the chest of Karish, Trunzo saves, back row Zemba. Swanson diving and saving that one. And now Zemba will poke it over. From the back row, Swanson, good. Cardinals very far out of system in that one. Midway through the fourth, Cardinals lead 2-1, and that one floats out of play. Cardinal point, 14-9. And looks like Mount St. Joseph was out of order. Looks like they're still trying to sort out exactly what went wrong on that side of the court. All sorted out, and here we go. Trunzo serves. NCC up 15-9. Kasher had it redirectioned at the net by Zemba. Trunzo was right behind him and couldn't adjust on the fly. Zemba knocks it across. Now Swanson cues up a kill attempt, but it's blocked by a trio of Cardinals: Zemba, Curtis, and Kulov. (16-10). Now Kulov will serve it away. And a nice kill there for Holt. The young fan almost got a piece of Božidar Kulov on the serve. Promptly got scooped up by the parent. A pretty lighthearted moment here inside Res Rec. Off the top of the net, Trunzo, and Curtis whiffs. Leapt a little too quickly, a little too early. And the Lions to within 4. Holt now serving, and that one's well out of play. Try to get it. I'm too attached to our contraption to broadcast this match. A little out of my range. That one sent out of place with Braceros to serve. And an ace for Braceros. And a timeout taken by Mount St. Joseph. We'll take one too. We'll be right back at NCTV 17. Cardinals up 18-12. As we near the end of a fourth set. And they gave that point to the Cardinals. Apparently got a piece of that corner. So another ace for Braceros, his second on this stint at the service line. Blocked at the net, popped up by Zemba. Direction to the far side by Kulov. Braceros, Trunzo, Kluzak with the kill. Cardinals closing in on a victory here in the fourth set, already leading 2-1. Tipped over and Lilly smokes it down. And that one's out of play. Cardinals looking to finish with a fury of points. (21-12). 9-point lead as Braceros continues to serve. And that one finds its way into the student section behind play. 21-13. Kulov pops it up. Trunzo, Lilly, out. And that one, an ace, falls in front of Karish after getting quite a bit of the net. 3-0 run put together by the Lions to pull to within 6. Serve coming from Cable. Zemba rises and fires. Into double-digit kills for the lefty. Zemba gets it across, tipped over, and a lift. Cardinals now 2 points away. Volley popped across. Near side, Hasher rolls up the sleeve of Kulov. Zemba then blocked at the net by Hasher. 23-16. Battle of the net. Won temporarily by the Cardinals. Now Hasher sends it. Ooh! Zemba nearly kept that alive. Now Swanson trying to keep this thing alive. Lilly towards the bench, kept in play. Swanson knocks it across. Kluzak can't get the kill there. Knocked over Zemba. Back row Kulov to the front with Lilly. Hasher off the blocker's hands and out of play, and suddenly we're back to within 5. Swanson continues to work on the end line. Kluzak buries it into the net. (23-19). Cardinals need just 2 points to put this match away. They're proving pretty elusive at the moment. Just barely out of play, and a service error for Swanson puts the Cardinals to within 1. And now it's Nick Lilly who can end this match right here. Not exactly going full bore. Near side, Sanchez around the pole he goes, and the Cardinals claim their second conference win of the year. Once again by a 25-19 score, third time we've seen that tally today. Cardinals winning the first one 25-19. Lions winning the second 25-19. Cardinals bouncing back for a third set victory 25-16, and then finish off the match 25-19. Great day for the Cardinals as they take their second conference win in less than a 24-hour period, improving to 12-7 overall, including 2-0 in the MCVL. Want to remind you that tonight, if you're a Cardinal basketball fan, second round of the NCAA Division III tournament takes place inside Murner Fieldhouse. Cardinals hosting the Dewhawks from Loras College. We hope you join us for that. 7 o'clock tip-off on NCTV 17. Until then, I'm Kevin Jackman alongside Ryan Risky, our cameraman and producer on site, saying so long. We'll see you tonight on NCTV 17.